Welcome to the overview of the Immigration Services Act. The Act came into force July 1st, 2024, and the new regulations are in development and will be implemented in the coming weeks. Why do we need new and stronger immigration legislation? Over the last 25 years, the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, or the SINP, has transformed from a modest pathway for economic immigration to become one of Canada's leading provincial nominee programs. It has played a crucial role in supporting Saskatchewan's growth plan. With growing demand for immigration and more employers using the program, there is an increased risk and public focus on fraud and misrepresentation. Therefore, we developed the new Immigration Services Act to replace the existing legislation, the FRISA, or the Foreign Worker Recruitment and Immigration Services Act. The introduction of new and robust immigration legislation in Saskatchewan will strengthen our immigration legal framework, making the immigration system in Saskatchewan both safer and more attractive for newcomers. The new act brings all immigration authorities in Saskatchewan under one piece of legislation and will better enable the province to respond to changing needs in the immigration system. It will improve our ability to support newcomers, simplify the process, and establish the strongest program integrity framework in Canada. It also allows us to provide increased support to newcomers settling here, from pre-arrival to long-term retention assistance, to ensure they stay in the province long-term. The new act also enables greater autonomy over immigration. It includes increased investigative authorities, stronger enforcement measures, and new authorities over settlement services, representing another step towards our goal. A robust and effective immigration system that is safe and ethical will create a positive experience for newcomers and help Saskatchewan attract the talent needed to meet employer demand. This will benefit employers and contribute to the growth of Saskatchewan's population and economy. Main components of the new act. The new legislation contains many parts of the Foreign Worker Recruitment and Immigration Services Act, at the same time enhancing our immigration integrity framework to further protect foreign workers from exploitation by strengthening oversight of foreign worker recruiters, immigration consultants, and employers. For example, it clarifies that the individual's license does not extend to employees to improve oversight of foreign worker recruiters and immigration consultants. It also expands the authority to suspend or cancel a license or registration based on compliance with the Act and regulations, and it allows the Ministry to publish a registry of employers on our website. It also enhances information sharing authority so we can share information on investigations and increase our collaboration with other enforcement bodies. There are also components in the Act that complement the Protection from Human Trafficking Act, such as prohibiting situations in which foreign worker recruiters, immigration consultants, or employers use any information, documentation, or decisions provided for or by a selection program as leverage for financial gain. It also expands the compensation order to include situations where an employer receives money from a foreign worker for a job offer or approval by a selection program. Other components of the Act include increasing investigative authority and enforcement measures to address immigration fraud, including increasing the maximum fine amounts for individuals to $750,000 and for corporations to $1,250,000. It also provides new authority for the Ministry to prescribe administrative penalties in the regulations. Administrative penalties will be used in situations where court charges are not required. For example, for more minor non-compliance issues applicable to individuals or corporations. We are considering prescribing a maximum administrative penalty of $200,000 for individuals and a maximum administrative penalty of $400,000 for corporations. It will also expand the authority to provide our enforcement staff with peace officer status to conduct inspections and investigations, so staff can get a search warrant and production order if required. The Government of Saskatchewan will be authorized to create a public registry for employers found to be in violation of the Act or its regulations. This list will identify employers suspended and the specific violations made. The new Act also contains a few new sections to formalize the Ministry's responsibilities regarding recruitment and immigration services and programs. It reinforces the Ministry's authorities to carry out international recruitment. The Ministry will also have the authority to provide settlement services from pre-arrival to longer-term retention. The new Act further provides the authority to establish a selection program, for example, the SINP, to select international workers for admission to the province as permanent or temporary residents. Accompanying changes. New email domain changes have already been implemented to support the integrity of our immigration system. When supporting employer recruitment, job approval forms require submission from an SIMP account linked to an employer's custom domain email or a Canadian telecom provider's email. Generic email providers like Gmail or Yahoo are not accepted for integrity reasons. The authorization email on an employer account must be the employer's email. The correspondence email on an employer account must match both the employer and immigration recruiter's emails. Retaining newcomer workers. When foreign nationals receive permanent residency in Canada, in the same way as all Canadians, they have mobility rights and can choose to live and work anywhere in Canada under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. A recruitment plan can help to identify candidates who want to stay in the position for the long term or the medium term. Employers can create a roadmap for a welcoming workplace, which can help increase retention and help them stay long term. Moving to the new country involves a lot of change. Supports for settlement and integration are important for employee retention. A good understanding of life in new communities and new province is beneficial, and for more information, you can go to saskatchewan.ca for resources for employers.